Hey Rose, want to grab a drink?
Your happiest hour of the week starts now.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy because the drinks are on us. Welcome back to Drinks on Us. I'm Riley.
And I'm Rose. We are so happy you joined us for happy hour. We are back yet again for a really exciting episode. I got to come up with a new tagline there. I really hype up every episode to be really exciting.
Well, every episode is exciting.
Yes, there we go again, hyping our own selves up. But we're going to talk about just this overarching theme that seems to like resonate with not only Riley and I, but our audience, and just like really girl talk central about like you're not behind in your life, and kind of talking about the feelings and expectations that come with age or Instagram or friends, and just different things Riley and I have learned, just like a heart to heart with the girls.
I love a good heart to heart.
We can really specialize in this. We got to make sure we don't get carried away and have a 2-hour episode. But I'm excited to get into it. I think I can never hear it enough myself. So yeah. I'm excited to chit chat about that. But what's going on? Oh, wait, no. Before I get to hear what's going on in your world, I got to ask what's in your cup.
In my cup tonight, actually in my coupe glass tonight, I'm drinking a lemon Spindrift. Ooh. I have decided I think lemon is the best Spindrift flavor. Do you think?
That's the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say lemon or grapefruit for sure for Spindrift.
Yeah, I love a grapefruit one, but I don't know. The lemon feels like so luxurious. I wanted to do a little lemon slice in here, but I forgot to get it at the store yesterday.
It looks like you have some fancy gin cocktail. You're fooling me.
Just a lemon Spindrift over here.
I love it. Yeah, it is super fresh and tart. I don't know. I think lemon makes you feel like you're drinking alcoholic just because it's, I don't know, in a lot of cocktails.
Yeah, something about lemon's just so yum. Mm-hmm. So fresh. What's in your cup? Yeah.
Well, here I am again.
I see what's in your cup.
You see what's in my cup. I was going to be courageous and do that little like spin off where they spin the lid off, like can opener.
Mm-hmm.
But I got scared that it would ruin my poppy. So here I am again with just a plain Jane orange poppy. But I am going to just validate myself for a second, because travel is crazy over here that we should just be happy I'm here showing up, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You had such a travel filled weekend. I can't wait to hear about it. But I did want to say, like taking the tops off of Poppy is so popular right now. And Kendall and I were laying at the pool the other day, and we tried to do it actually with Olipop, and our can opener like wouldn't do it. Like it wouldn't latch on. And like, yeah. So this is so ratchet, but we took scissors and cut the tops off, and like we made a TikTok out of it, and everyone was absolutely shitting on us. Like, why wouldn't you use a can opener? Like, people just get so mad about the most random things, and that just reminded me.
Wait, I'm sick. Not them being bothered about how you're taking your can apart.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little bit sketch, but it ended up being cute.
You tried to do it with the can opener, like desperate times call for desperate measures.
We were desperate, yeah.
But how was that drink? I feel like I remember watching that video.
It was really good. So we wanted to do it with an orange poppy, but they didn't have that at the store. So we did it with like an Olipop that was like cream soda based. And it turned out really good, actually.
Are you Olipop greater than Poppy, or Poppy greater? Yeah, me either.
Yeah, totally a Poppy girl. But my mom actually went to the store to get the ingredients for us, because when this was all going on, I was at their house, and she was like, there's no Poppy. But she was like, there's this Lollipop brand. I'm like, oh, Olipop, yeah. And she's like, yeah, so Lollipop. Like, she kept calling it that. She didn't realize it's Olipop. I just let her go.
Not Lollipop. Come on, Jill.
Yeah, she's something.
Oh, my gosh. So, anyways, what did you do this weekend? Can we talk about your hair for a second? It's amazing.
Okay. Yes. This weekend I got my hair done. It was so fun. So this girl, Natalie, she listens to the podcast. She DM'd me after I was talking about my hair, the one episode. And she was like, I specialize in lived-in color. And so I went to see her, and she did such an amazing job. Like, it's so perfect. I'm so happy with it.
It looks so good. It's perfect for summer. And I can just tell you're so happy with it. You needed like a little refresh change.
I know. I needed dimension. She was doing toners and like there were so many steps where I was like, oh my gosh, the dimension is going to be so great. And it turned out amazing. The color was just like exactly what I wanted.
How long were you there? Was it so long?
Yeah. And I planned for it to be long. So I had like snacks. I was in a comfy outfit. Like,
oh, smart.
I wasn't like dying, but let's see. My appointment was at, I think 10 and I left at like 3.
It's so long. They're so long. Snacks is such a like really not rookie move. That was really smart on your end.
Yeah, it really wasn't bad at all because I came prepared and obviously our phones like can distract us. Like remember the days in the salon where you had to read a magazine?
Yeah, like what the heck? We'd get that was like our OG inspo.
Yeah, like that's so crazy.
It really is. So what else did you do this weekend other than get your hair done?
What did I do? Now, I had like a very, very chill weekend, which was great, which is the opposite of you. You were traveling like crazy.
Yes. This is like the next batch of crazy travel. I had a couple weeks to recoup, but yeah, I just got back yesterday from a trip to Baltimore/Delaware. I got to meet my niece and my gosh, I feel like pictures and videos don't do justice. And that's how I know you'll feel when you go to meet your niece. Like they're so cute through the phone, but when you see them in person and like, oh my goodness, I'm so obsessed with her. It was amazing. And of course I got quality time too with my nephew and obviously my sister and brother-in-law, all that. And then to end the trip, I got to watch one of my good friends get married.
Oh my gosh.
It was such a fun, loving, like fulfilling weekend. Obviously travel is exhausting no matter what you're doing. But it was amazing. 10 out of 10 weekend, great weather, which you can't complain when you have great weather. And I love up north this time of year because it's like so green and the weather is just perfect.
Literally perfect. Your niece and your nephew are also perfect. Like, what is it like? I feel like the dynamic changes so much when kids are involved, like for the better. Like, I'm sure you guys just have so much fun.
It's so funny because I caught myself a few times, like just like watching them do different things or, you know, just how the day goes because we have to focus around like bedtime and naps and the weather outside. Is it too hot for the kids? And I'm like, it's so, how times have changed. But again, in the most fulfilling way, because when they weren't here, but like we were all married or engaged, it's like you talk about, like it'll be so crazy when we have a bunch of kiddos running around and now it's starting to happen. And it's really cool. And you just got to welcome your first niece. You're officially an auntie. Do you want to tell everyone?
I'm officially in my auntie era, you guys. My niece was born on Wednesday. She's so perfect. I cannot wait to meet her and squeeze her. And Rose, you've got to give me tips on like being the best auntie in the world.
Oh my gosh. It'll come so natural to you because you are you're just such an empathetic, like loving person that I feel like you'll be obviously the best mom, but being an aunt will come so natural to you, especially that your first aunt era is a girl. It just fits perfect for you.
Yay. I know I want to be like the best aunt, the favorite aunt, but like, gosh.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
No, it's tough, but I do feel like girls gravitate to girls because Nash is like such a boy's boy. Like he loves the girls and he's so sweet, but he just like gravitates towards Ryan and the boys. And so I'm like, Nora is all mine. Like I'm going to force her to love me. I feel like I have like cute aggression that like I want them to love me so much that I force it a little. So take that from me and maybe don't force their love.
I'm also obsessed with the name Nora.
Is it not the cutest? Does it remind you of anything? You'll know once I say it.
Wait, I think what I'm going to say is kind of not what you're thinking of.
Is it a
Cheaper
movie?
by the Dozen?
Yes.
The older sister.
Yes. I always remember from her being Nora. I've always loved that name.
Yes, because it still is like so different. It's not like super common, which I love.
It's not common, but it's like soft. And I don't know, like I'm so happy they went with that because of course, I feel like this always happens, but like you probably will feel the same way. Like once you meet your niece, you're like, oh, I can't imagine her being named anything else.
Right.
But
yeah.
I know that's just because it is how it is, but she seems like such a little Nora and I love it. And I can't wait for you to meet your niece. Have they announced yet that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ellie.
Okay. Ellie is such a cute name.
She is so precious. We were FaceTiming them last night and like, I just love, like they were doing like so good. They were such a team, like their parents. And it makes me so happy, like seeing like new parents in that stage of life. Like they make it look easy. It's not at all.
Right. I think that's half of the best part. Like in the early stages is like watching your brother-in-law and sister-in-law like step into being parents. It's like, oh my gosh, go guys. You're killing it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But I was going to say with long distance aunties and long distance friends, something, you know how in our group chat, Emily started the Sunday photo dumps?
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
Okay, well, you can explain in case anybody else has like long distance friends or family, but I wanted to tell you before you explain that I do it now with my sister and sister-in-law, mainly so I can get pictures of like every single photo of Nash and Nora. Not that I don't want to see them too, but it really, really melts my heart. So you need to do it for Ellie.
I have to do it. You're right. So what we're talking about, you guys, is our friend Emily started this in our group chat with like all of our long distance best friends. And it has totally like brought so much conversation and like it just makes you so in the know about everyone's lives. But basically every Sunday, each person has to send a little photo dump of their week. And it's just like the best thing ever. You can pick like, I don't know, 3 to 5 photos or more or less if you want. But I think you guys should totally do it with your friend groups because it is so much fun.
It's so fun. And I agree too. It's hard to like share the like little mundane things like, I don't know, like watering your flowers that you're like excited about or a dinner you made with Kate or I don't know, whatever it may be. And it's so fun to just see like the progression of everyone's week. So highly, highly recommend. We saw this like cute person on Instagram do it. That's like where I think Emily got the inspo. So highly, highly recommend. Big fan.
Yeah. Like what you said, we would have never known there was a turtle in Kayla's backyard if it weren't for this like photo dumping, like the little things that you wouldn't normally know about your friends in the everyday life. Like that's what we want to know. It's so fun.
It's so fun. So yeah, I love it and can't wait to keep up with it. I'm also impressed because every time Emily sends it, I'm like, wow, I would have forgot. I would have forgot if it wasn't for Emily reminding us.
Right. I know.
Maybe she has a timer or something.
Knowing her, she definitely does. She's so organized like us. But it's going to be interesting this Sunday, or wait, no, next Sunday, because we'll have been together.
Yep. For it happen.
Taylor's wedding.
I know we didn't do it this week in my family because I'm like, our week was each other, you know? So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Emily decides. She's our ringleader.
So should we talk about our upcoming travels?
I was going to say, what's going on? Share with the Do Crew what your upcoming travel looks like.
Okay, so my upcoming travel is I'm leaving on Thursday for a bachelorette party in West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm so excited. And then I get home Sunday. And then Rose and I both leave again on Wednesday for our best friend Taylor's wedding in Rhode Island on July 4th, which is going to be amazing. I've never been to Rhode Island.
Me either. Everyone who asks is like, oh, or, you know, like asking about my travel or whatnot. And I say Rhode Island, they're like, oh my gosh, you're going to love it this time of year. So everyone's saying great, great things about it. So I'm pumped.
I'm so pumped.
Your bachelorette this weekend, it's not a friend group with Hillary, right?
No.
Because that's where she lives, right?
Oh, yeah. She lives in Boca Raton. Not too far away.
Yeah, not too far away.
No, this friend group is from my very first corporate job. It was super, super toxic and none of us work there anymore, but we all stayed best friends. So we're like trauma connected from our job. But no, really like this first job brought us together and thank goodness that it did. Like, you know, those best friends that like you can't imagine your life without.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's this. But what about you?
So this Wednesday, so when this episode drops, I will be in the air on my way to Vegas. My flight is so early on Wednesday. And I go to Vegas for my annual conference for my Arbonne business. So I'm there Wednesday through, like, I come back Sunday. And I'm so excited because, like you, I don't get to see a lot of these friends a lot because we're all literally all over the country, which is like a blessing and a curse of being able to like have your business fully virtual. But I'm really excited. It's always such a fun week, but it's always extremely exhausting. And I just came back from traveling, and then we turn around and leave again for Taylor's. And then after that, I don't travel. It's just here, but I have the Morgan Wallen and then another family weekend in Naples. So I'm just like, I think that has me like a little anxious about all the travel, just because it's not like, oh, I just got to get through and enjoy it. It's like, I keep thinking about like what's on the horizon next. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's totally normal. I feel like I also get anxious, but like once I'm there, once I'm in it, it's like the best time ever. And you're so like not anxious anymore. I think the build up, like, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like we're the same in just like the build up and like thinking about the planning and the logistics. And it's just like a lot sometimes.
Yes. Like once I've gotten to my hotel and like got to take a deep breath or wherever I'm staying, that's when my anxiety leaves. I totally agree. It's like making sure you got up in time and you made it to the airport and you remembered everything and the prep and all that stuff. And I didn't get a spray tan last weekend because I wanted to be tan for this trip coming up. It like all that kind of stuff. You really have to think about it. It's kind of tiring.
It's so exhausting. I always say like the week before a trip is the busiest week ever. Like
insane.
It's crazy. But wait, whenever you were talking about like sleeping in and missing your flight, it reminded me of when you missed your flight after my 22nd birthday.
Oh my gosh.
And your romper got sucked up in the snowblower.
Okay, now I feel like I have to do my part and share what occurred. So I flew in or drove, I don't even know where I was at that time in my life, but Riley's birthday falls on December 30th. So it was full snowstorm the night of the birthday. We had to like leave downtown because we like rented a like limo or bus or something to take us to the city because it was like 45 minutes, an hour away.
So we went to this really fun champagne bar in the city. So fun. But I was still living at my parents' house? Yeah, I was only 22. Were we still in college?
Yeah, we were.
Okay. So we were coming from my parents' house. We like got a car service and like took us into the city and took us home from the city. And there was this huge snowstorm and we made him stop at Cheese on the way home because we wanted to get food. It was just like so chaotic. And it was like 2 a.m.
It was so chaotic. Yes, it was so late. And at this point, I just like asked a couple of the girls, I'm like, can you just stay up with me? Because I had to leave and drive to the airport maybe like 2 or 3 hours later. I think my flight was at 6 or 7 a.m. And so I think Emily and Deb were like, yeah, like we'll stay up with you for sure. And we're like going strong until we're not. And then I don't even know what happened. I either slept through my alarm or never set it. And I woke up in an absolute panic. I've never got in my car faster. And at this point, it's a full-blown snowstorm, inches of snow on the ground. And it's like not the easiest drive to get into onto the parkway. Needless to say, missed my flight. And in the process of chaotically running out of the house, I dropped my white jumper that I wore the night before. And Riley's parents' neighbors like came to their front door a couple days later and were like, we found this in our snowblower when we were snow blowing or whatever, snow plowing. And it was my romper. And Riley's brought it back to college and gave it back to me, which that story is literally like so on brand for me.
I was just going to say that's something that would only happen to you, like sleeping through your alarm, waking up in the most panicked state, having to drive to the airport in the snow, and getting your romper sucked up in the snowblower.
Like a perfect disaster. And that gives me anxiety thinking about like the uncontrollables of missing my flight. That's why I like the night before an early flight, forget sleeping quality.
No, quality sleep. Your Aura Ring probably thinks that you're up all night.
Oh, it's so mad at me whenever I'm flying and waking up so early. But nonetheless, to your point, once you are there, it's so fun. And I keep reminding myself, like, I'm so lucky that I can do this and that I have exciting things, but it's still, I don't know, if you get travel anxiety, like build up, you're not alone, because I do too.
Same.
Okay.
But yeah, how did we get there? So you guys will have to let us know if you implement the group chat Sunday photo dump things in your group chats, because it's so much fun. But what were your thoughts on Travis going on the stage at Eras Tour?
I knew this needed to be discussed because it is taking over the internet. And I mean, I think it's so cute, but I wish he did like I wish they like kissed or something.
Oh my God. I would have passed away if they kissed.
Like, he's already up there.
Yeah. I feel like it could have happened. Maybe next show.
Do you think like he's now in the show?
I don't know. I could also see it being like a one-time thing, but his stage presence was on point. He was so comfortable up there.
I know. He's made for this life.
Yeah. And like, I never really used to think he was all that cute or handsome, but like, I don't know. He's so, like, I feel like Taylor has changed him. Like, he's so cute. Know.
Like him, I thought he looked so like cute and smitten when he was like doing the, was it the Karma dance?
Yeah.
What, like down that video was so freaking precious. Like, you can't fake that kind of happiness. He was smitten and having like the time of his life. So I'm just like, honestly, like seeing that and seeing where they're at now, like I'm 100% convinced that end game for each other for sure. Like babies, marriage, all of it.
Yeah. I mean, it like gives me chills to think about. Like, they are the it couple.
They really are. And speaking of like it couples, I feel like the Biebers being spotted out in New York. I've been loving Hailey's pregnancy, the way she's been dressing. Like only she could pull off some of these outfits.
No, she's perfect. Her style is perfect. Like, she's so chic and unbothered. She's such a queen. If I was her, I would be like, Justin, you're ruining my looks. Can you get it together?
I know.
What is he doing?
Why are they like, do they never conversate what the vibe is before?
I feel like the conversation goes like this, like, Justin, let's go for like a really chic and classy look. And Justin is such a brat. And he's like, no, I'm going to wear Crocs and sweatpants.
Like, he just truly doesn't give an F.
No, he doesn't. And Hailey is such a trooper.
I know. Like,
the poor thing.
Like, she steps out in just this divine, like, unbelievably, like, chic, show-stopping outfit. And then he looks like Tiger King.
He literally does. What is he doing?
I don't know.
He's clowning on all of us.
No, I know. I think he does it to keep us on our toes if we think he's cute or not. So,
yeah.
But anyways, yeah, we have a lot of great couple-y stuff happening on the gram, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Oh, Olivia Culpo's wedding?
Yeah, like there's just all the it couples are like showing out for us.
Yeah, that actually is a really great, I know we still need to do what's in our cart, but it's a great segue into like, we're going to be talking about like seeing couples on Instagram and like seeing Olivia on her private jet. I was like, wow.
Rose petals down the private jet with a private menu just to get to your destination.
And her dog, like completely different lives.
They're getting married?
I don't know. Is that public knowledge? Did they like tell us?
I feel like they haven't, but that wedding, oh yeah. It like, can you imagine if we were planning our wedding around the same time as her? Like, that'd be so hard.
KMS.
Yeah.
Literally. Like, it's so hard to like not be like, oh, how can they live like that? And then here's me.
No, literally. So yeah, we'll dive more into that, but why don't you tell us what's in your cart this week?
Okay. So my cart I'm excited about my cart.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about 2 Fenty products. Have you ever tried Fenty Beauty?
Yes, a couple things. And I actually this past weekend borrowed my friend Courtney's like plumping gloss, and I loved it.
Ooh. Okay, so I have tried the Fenty toner maybe like 2 years ago, and I didn't like it because it broke me out.
Okay.
So I never like bought it again. Kendall got sent a Fenty PR package, and she was in a good mood, so she let me take some things. She gave me the powder, the like extremely viral translucent powder that Rihanna used at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yep.
And I'm obsessed. Like, it's going in my purse. It's coming everywhere with me.
Oh,
it's going to be my
really?
like on the go touch up my face powder.
Okay.
And a moisturizing SPF. It's like SPF 30 facial moisturizer. So I've been wearing it under foundation because remember how I was saying I don't have like a go-to sunscreen?
Yep.
I was afraid it would make me oily, but it hasn't. And I love.
Good. Oh my gosh. So is it tinted or clear?
It's clear.
Okay. I feel like you would like that more too.
Yes, I absolutely love it. And I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to link those 2 items.
Okay.
And then when I was getting my hair done this weekend, she was like obviously using all these products and they all smelled so good. Like, you know that volcano scent from Anthropologie, that candle?
Of course.
The hair products smell like that.
No.
Like, I was like, oh my gosh, everything smells so good. And because I got new hair extensions, I got like this goodie bag of all the products that she used.
Wait,
and so
that's such a cool thing for her to do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was like so excited. So the brand is called Goldilocks and it's actually formulated for extensions. And I don't think I'm going to switch from my shampoo and conditioner because I love the Wella, but there's this dry oil that she gave me. And she said that I'm supposed to put oil on my extensions every single day. Did you know that?
Wow. No.
I never did. I only did like oil after the shower, after a hair wash night. But she said, no, every single day it helps with like the upkeep and like keeping them shiny and silky and healthy. And so this Goldilocks oil I've been using on my hair daily smells so good. And I'm going to link it because it's amazing.
Wait, now I want it.
Get it. It smells like the volcano candle.
That's
it
also
so
such a cute name, like Goldilocks. I don't know. I love that. Great marketing. I just like went into a trance thinking about how I'm not probably taking the best care of my extensions.
No, I didn't know we were supposed to oil them every day.
I know. Wow. Okay. Let me know if you feel a difference by doing that.
I will, for sure.
So you're going to move on from your Unite.
Okay, so that's a good question. I am going to still use the Unite oil as I usually do when my hair is wet, like straight out of the shower.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use the Goldilocks oil like daily, like when my hair is dry, like on non-hair wash days.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Before I switch into my cart, are you wearing the set?
And I'm wearing the set from Jaylee.
You've got to tell them about, or like link it because it's so cute. And are you obsessed?
I'm obsessed. This is like day 4 in a row of me wearing it.
Do you want to get like so many colors? That was like, I'm like, I would buy every color.
Yeah, I do want to get every color. I love this set.
So
it's from, it's like a funny pun on words. This set is from Set Active.
Yes.
And Rose and I were talking because I posted on my Instagram and you were like, I literally almost got it.
I did, because just the way it looked on her, it looked so comfy. It felt like something like, you know, we talk about kind of like making ourselves semi-presentable working from home. It's like a perfect outfit. Then you can like jump in the car and run an errand, you know?
Yeah, no, totally. You need to get it.
I know you're really not helping my case of not getting it. But did she say anything when you said to get it?
Oh yeah, so I tagged her and she said love with a bunch of exclamation points.
Aww.
I just love her.
I know, me too. Okay, yeah, link that for the people. Have you ever bought anything from Set? I'm always seeing their stuff, but I've never bought.
I've been gifted a workout set from them. And
what do you think?
I love the quality.
Yeah, it seems like a really nice quality brand. Okay, sold.
Okay, well, what's in your cart?
Okay, so speaking of SPF, I am just about running out of my SPF. And I know I feel like I've talked about like my journey of trying different SPFs since we launched the pod. But I finally have found one that I love the way it goes on. I love the way it goes on under makeup and here in the sun, being in the sun so much. I don't break out. And it's give me a second. I always have to say it in my head. Elastin.
Okay.
It's You can buy it on Amazon, but a lot of people carry it. It's like one of those brands people carry at like a med spa. Amazing. I'm just obsessed with it. So if you're in the market for an SPF, we've now given you 2 options. So I'm going to be restocking on that soon. And speaking of, it's kind of funny that you were talking about your Fenty powder. So again, this is your powder, not your translucent setting Laura Mercier type thing.
No, it's like the translucent one.
Really? Like it's like you
white.
Put it on with the powder sponge. Right. I literally have in my cart this week to ask about what translucent powder I should get because I'm almost out of my say.
You're almost out of it.
Yes, because it's been my like actual day to day. I feel like it's your backup.
It's my backup because remember my Laura Mercier tub's this big?
It's out to here. Riley literally it takes up 1 seat in her car. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know they made them that big.
Yeah, so Say is my backup. Are you not going to repurchase Airset?
I do really like Airset, and I'm nervous to get a different one because I'm kind of like not fully, but I have a lot of clean products right now, and I'm like trying not to fall in love with non-clean ones. So I may get it again, but is Fenty a clean brand?
I knew you were going to ask that, and I have no idea.
You knew I was going to ask.
Would a quick Google search tell us? Because I'm really curious.
Yeah, just say, is it like a vegan or like clean? I guess the vegan would be good.
Is Fenty Beauty clean at Sephora? Yeah, it says Fenty Skin clean at Sephora.
Okay. I'm going to have to do
This next one says Fenty Beauty is somewhat of a clean beauty brand.
Well, no, I was going to say I need to do a little bit more digging because apparently the standards for clean at Sephora are like not that high of standards. Like it doesn't mean they're like a vegan, cruelty free, like super clean brand. They don't have to meet that entire standard to be clean at Sephora.
That makes sense because this says the brand never uses parabens or phthalates, but still uses ingredients like titanium dioxide, talc, and something that I can't pronounce.
Okay. Yeah. So like if you truly wanted vegan or cruelty free, you'd have to click it on the left-hand side when you're on Sephora's website. But maybe I could look at Rare Beauty. I know they're clean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll let you guys know what I come up with and talk about it next week. But I am in the market for it. But I need to go get it tomorrow because I need it for my trip.
Yeah. Okay, let us know.
Okay, I will. And then the other thing I got for my trip, I wanted to tell you because we talked about it a couple weeks ago. I bought flats.
What?
Yes, I'm trying them out.
Tell me.
Well, I just bought them yesterday.
What color? What style? What brand?
Well, I just did Amazon because I'm like, it's like a trial run here. Yeah. So I bought 2 different ones. I'm not sure if I'll wear them both. So for one, it's like a creamy white ruche dress and it has like black bow detailing. So I got black flats.
So cute. I'm
not sure if that's the one I'm not so sure about, but then I'm going to wear like baggy loose jeans with this, the white top that I was supposed to wear to Kenny. Finally came in. So I was going to wear that together and then wear like chocolate brown flats with it.
So cute. Wait, I'm so excited for these outfits.
Yeah. So we'll see how it comes together. I was like, you know what? I'll try it out. I like to like kind of try different things with Vegas because I'm not dressing up like casual type like street stuff every day here. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I got to tell Rai that I'm trying them out.
Wait, we are going to be on the edge of our seats waiting for your outfit photos.
Okay. I'll try to make sure I take pics. I will say I've been loving and eyeing those ones that are like mesh. Mm-hmm. Like they're kind of like blowing up. Maybe we need them.
Like everyone sees your tootsies.
I know, but that's, I guess, the point.
I know. I just have like, I don't know how I feel about people seeing my toes.
No, I know. It does give like amphibian vibes.
Yeah. Like, why is it so different? Like, I don't mind wearing flip-flops, but this feels different.
It does feel different. It feels like someone's like spying.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I totally
the dogs
agree.
are barking.
Stop. So we'll have to see if we want to get the measures.
Okay. I vote you to try it out first.
Well, let me dip my toes figuratively and literally in with some flats this week and take it from there.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, that's it for my cart.
Well, should we get into the main segment?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how you are not behind in life, even though it's so easy to compare ourselves to other people, other couples, other, I don't know, neighbors. We compare ourselves to everyone. And I just feel like you can kind of feel alone when you're getting those thoughts in your head, like, oh, I'm this age, I should have already started my family. Or I don't know, at least for me,
that one's for us.
Yeah, like whenever I turned 28, I was so sad just because I'm like, I thought my life would look so different at 28. Like I thought I would have kids by now, and I don't.
Dude, I know. I get in my head about it because people are like, oh, you want like a semi big family, like 3, maybe 4 children. And they're like, and you're pushing 30. Like, aren't you going to start? Stop. They don't say it like that, but it comes off like no, I choose to hear it that way.
That's what they're thinking.
And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like then I spiral and I get out of control. I'm like, should I like be? And like, why haven't I not? Why do I not feel ready? And like, that's kind of, I feel like the biggest thing for Riley and I right now. And it's so hard because sometimes there's times where I feel like we fall into the trap of believing it. And then whether it's like at like late at night or one of our friends had a kid or our sister or sister-in-law, and we're like, oh my gosh, like what, like, are we behind? Are we like choosing like the wrong path for our life? I don't know. It's weird.
It's so easy to think like that. And I feel like we're not behind. Like I feel like with the age of Instagram, we're in this new, like not everyone had Instagram growing up. Our parents didn't. And so we're just seeing people's lives so much more than we would have before and navigating it and also trying to like protect your peace and like stay in our lanes. It's so hard.
Yeah. It is so hard. And I think that is one of the biggest reasons why so many of us feel that we're behind or that our life, like something's wrong with us in our life, because we're seeing so much more of people's life than we're like the human person is meant to see. And not only that, like so much more content and like information to digest that it becomes so overwhelming. And then you're left at night or when you're alone and like you start to get in your head and like question everything. And I feel like the purpose of this segment is for us to just like reiterate that your path of life is exactly how it's meant to be. Like once it all, like even through like the tough season, I mean, heck, Ryan and I are still in a tough season. Like I wish that we were in our home. I wish our house was built. I wish, like, there's so many things I could wish for because I go on Instagram and see people like in their homes with their kids and all this different stuff. But I'm like, even the path of feeling so, it felt so unknown when our whole life kind of like, it's like, oh my gosh, we're moving to Florida. It felt like it came out of nowhere, yet it didn't. And once we're here and like once you're on the other side of something that you maybe feel behind in or however your life path leads you, it all makes sense. And like, it's the exact timing that it's meant to. Did I fully get that thought across?
Yeah, you totally did. And I need to follow this advice myself, but like everything always works out. Like looking back at things that I was so stressed about or so confused about or so sad about. And like now being in this spot, I'm like, wow, like it worked out. It always does. But it's so hard in the moment to realize that. And I don't know, what would your advice be to someone who's feeling like so behind and so blah?
I would say if there's certain people that, whether they're people you know or they're like influencers or celebrities that you look up to, but it's like truly not serving you at all, like you just maybe mute their stuff if it's truly like affecting the quality of your life, or just like limit your time on social media. Cause I find that is the easiest way to feel like you're behind in your life. Example A, like you see Olivia Culpo and you just are like, oh my gosh, she's only this age and this is her life and this is what she's doing and that's her house and all this kind of stuff. I mean, that's a very extreme. It could just be as simple as like your friend that you've been like, you're the same age and you're at the same exact like milestones in life, but your life can look totally different. Like I have friends with multiple children, and I have friends who are single and still in an apartment, and like we're all in the same phase of life. But I would say, kind of to your point, Rye, like once everything does work out that you're so in your head about, the worst feeling is to feel like you didn't enjoy that season you were in while you were in it. So like, as hard as it is, it's such an endless battle of like feeling behind or feeling like what isn't there or the lack thereof, and like what's next kind of mindset. If you're always like searching for external happiness in those different things, or thinking like that's what defines your success or your happiness or whatever. But if you find like internal happiness within the struggle and like truly trust that God is going to put you on the timeline that you're meant to, I think that brings a lot of peace and clarity. At least it has for me personally.
No, I totally agree. I feel like there were so many times in the past and even now where I'm like, okay, once this happens, then I'll be happy. Or once this happens, then like I can feel accomplished. And it's like, looking back, I wish I would have just lived more so in the moment and appreciated like the challenges and like the struggles. Cause that's what makes, like, I don't know, some of mine and Cade's best memories are when like we were striving for something, or we were like in the trenches, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to say like the struggle is sometimes the best part and the best memories that you make. And looking back, you feel like when you were struggling or where you were in a weird mental place, it's like you weren't appreciating like all of those times that you were having. I feel like I'm not explaining my mind in the right way, but I think you get what I'm saying.
No, you really are. But I agree. I feel like it is hard to articulate it, because at the same time, like we also have the moments where we feel like we are behind. Like we're not perfect at it, but I feel like we've grown like through our 20s, learning ways to navigate it and finding happiness in the things that we can control and like the grateful things that we do have. And so like, I feel like some of the things that people can compare themselves to or feel like they're behind in is definitely career based, or like success in their jobs, definitely like house or where they're living or what their house looks like. If they found like their partner or how their love life is going. What else? Finances, relationships with like family and friends. Like I feel like all of those different things, like the core things of becoming an adult and those big milestones, like being able to move into a house or get married or have children, or I don't know, those are the things that kind of are like so glamorized and like like everyone cheers you on and like is excited when you're posting those kind of things on social media. And like, so one of your friends does that, you go to their Instagram and you're obviously happy for them, but then you see like all this hype that they're getting. And then you're like, oh my gosh, like when will that ever happen for me? Or like, why am I still like at the same place with my job? And like, I haven't got a bonus or I haven't promoted, like what's wrong with me? Like, when is that going to happen for me? So I can't afford a house, or I can't travel on these cool trips. And it's just such a slippery slope.
It really is. And I feel like the littlest, like most random things can actually be triggering, and like you don't even realize it. So I like what you said about like protecting your peace when you can, like if you have to stay off social, or if you have to maybe mute someone in their stories because it's like just triggering you, not because you're not happy for someone else's success, but it's kind of just making you spiral a little bit and think like negative thoughts about your own life. So I would say protect your peace wherever you can, and like put your phone down, go for a walk outside without your phone. I don't know. I feel like the biggest culprit is social media in like these mental battles that we play with ourselves.
No, absolutely. And I think too, something that always has been reassuring for me. So I guess that the example I'd use here would be to someone who maybe feels like they're in their late 20s, or they don't have to be in their late 20s, but they don't have a partner, or they're not, in a serious relationship. And I feel like every single person I know that meets someone later in life, like they've already been through the trial and error of learning what they need and want in a partner, because they've gone through different relationships that when and things move fast. And all of a sudden, a few years later, you're right where everybody else is. You're married and you guys move into a house, and like, then you realize like, oh, like you don't have to date for the same period of time and be engaged for the same period of time. Like, whereas, Riley and I were both lucky to find Cade and Ryan in college, but like we had longer dating and engagement because we weren't ready to be able to commit to marriage, and our life it wasn't the right time for us. But I feel like a lot of times, like, to kind of go back to like the children and family, or like success in the career, I feel like sometimes I think like, oh my gosh, we yell at ourselves all the time. Like, oh my gosh, we're almost 30. Like, I can't believe we're almost 30. But then at the same time, it's like, we've done so many huge milestone things and we're not even 30. Like, we have the rest of our lives to do these huge, big things. And it leaves so many exciting things yet to come versus maybe like doing it all so quickly in a short span, which there's nothing wrong with that. But there's so much time left for all these things that you feel behind in to be accomplished, and they will at that time. And maybe you get to individually experience each of those special things and enjoy it for what it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. I like what you said about like, if you take longer to find the love of your life, like you're learning along the way, and like, you're finding him or her in like a different way that is perfect for you. So like I said, everything, it's easier said than done, but like everything always works out and you're not behind, and we're all having the same thoughts. So we just need to like be nicer to ourselves and just live, like appreciate now while we're like, I don't know. I feel like we just forget to be like, look how much I've done. Look what I have. Like, everything's going to be okay. Like, we're just busy thinking about the next step or the next milestone or what's going to like make us happy. And it's not about that. It's about just like living in the now.
I know. And like, there's so many, like, to your point, I love that quote that goes around on social media. And it's like, have you ever stopped to think about how you're living in so many of your answered prayers? Because you're focused on like what's next. Like I feel like as a human, like especially someone who's like type A or a person who like strives off of like goals and accomplishments, you feel like it's always like that, what's next? And I feel like if you slow down, which is so hard to do, and I'm preaching to myself here, but like if you slow down and truly enjoy, like, you're healthy. And if you're not healthy, like that, I feel like that's something we take for granted all the time. Like if we have the love of our life, like there's so many things that we've done. And I feel like if you don't search for it, you're never going to find happiness if you're looking for like these superficial things or comparing yourself to people who just truly have a different life and their life plan is totally different from you. And I think once you let go and fully trust that what you're meant to accomplish in your career, who you're meant to end up with, how many kids you're meant to have. And again, this is so much easier said than done, but when you fully like let go of the expectations of like, why am I not on this path, or why do I feel behind, and realize, no, like I'm in my own life and exactly what's meant to be for me that I need to have a fulfilling life is going to happen right as God has it lined up for me. And I think when you practice and have that mindset every day, it does kind of help let go of the expectations of feeling behind to someone who just is living a totally different life. Like, will never be similar because their cards that were dealt are just and totally different than mine.
Yeah. Everyone is living completely different lives. And like the people you might be comparing yourself to, like you said, it's like, you don't even like, it has nothing to do with you. Like, you're in your own lane, they're in theirs. But something that I definitely struggle with is like getting so anxious and like thinking about the things I can't control. And like, why am I spending so much time thinking about that and putting energy towards it when I can't do anything about it? Like, there's nothing that I can do to control certain things that like make me so anxious. So I feel like we all just need to also let go of the uncontrollables and control what we can.
Yes. And to that kind of wraps up our whole point as to like letting go of things that you can't control to rob you of like the peace and happiness and blessings that you're living in currently, because you are spending your time thinking about those things that you can't control, and it robs you of the awesome memories or the gratitude that you can have now. And so we just wanted to reiterate like a million times over that you are not behind. You're doing great. Like, everything that's meant to be will be for you and will happen to you when it's meant to. And it will make sense when you're on the other side, which is such an exciting and encouraging thing to hear.
It always works out no matter what.
It does. So we just felt like that was kind of on our hearts. I think we needed to hear it ourselves, right?
No, I literally feel like I'm in therapy.
I know. Like, should we be therapists?
Am I okay?
No, I love that though, because being in your 20s is weird.
It's so weird because everyone is like we were just saying, in different parts of their lives. Everyone's still figuring shit out. And yeah, 20s are so fun, but also like kind of stressful.
No, they say your 20s are turbulent and your 30s are calm.
Really?
Yeah, because like your 20s, you're getting out of college, you're trying to figure out adulthood. Like, you know, like it's just so this, like you have no clue even like who you are yet. You're still figuring everything out. And I feel like you kind of know what your values are by the time you're 30. In your 30s, you start to have like a lot of people start to have families again. It doesn't matter when your timeline is, but I'm just saying like you kind of like are at peace with who you are and like what your life is and what matters to you. And you kind of like, you've been through enough of kind of like dealing with, you know, friends that aren't worth your energy or careers that are like sucking the life out of you or like your first job. Like you just kind of know what matters to you and like who's worth your energy. And like, I don't know, I'm telling myself that.
No, that's so true. Okay. I feel a little better about pushing 30.
Yeah. I think we're going to love it. And age is just a number, you guys. It really is.
Yeah, but we get more wrinkles.
Well, Botox is there for when we need it.
Yeah, that's true.
I might need to start. I'm pushing 30. No, you
definitely don't need. You don't need to start.
I know, but I don't want to like. Well, whatever. We'll talk about this at another time. It's just I don't know when to start, but I don't want to be too late.
No, I'll tell you. You don't need it. Okay. You don't have a wrinkle in sight.
Okay.
Me, on the other hand.
Yikes. Okay, so I feel good about that. Do you?
Yeah, me too. I hope that you guys took something away from that segment. We have some really great girls' room submissions today. So as always, we have 3. First one. Okay. Hi, big fan of you all and love tuning in every week. Newly back on my health and exercising journey and wanted to start taking any vitamins / pre and probiotics or literally whatever to get my body into shape before my wedding. I've been down the gut health rabbit hole of TikTok and feel so lost of where to begin. Do y'all have any recommendations on good, clean products or daily supplements to start off with?
Wow.
Love this one. Of course we do.
Yes. Go ahead.
I was going to say Armra 100%, like start with Armra. And I never really like paid attention to gut health or paid attention to ingredients. And once I even just started eating foods with like real ingredients that were a little less processed, that changed my life so much as well.
Yeah, I was going to say Armra. And also you're looking at a girl who sells supplements for my other job. Well, this isn't really a job. This is just fun. So quality supplements like pre and probiotics, you can totally reach out to me on social media. There's so much information out there. So like you definitely have to figure out what's best for you, but having something simple is kind of my jam. And I add my Armra, my greens, my pre and probiotics, like all into one drink. So it's not overwhelming. I don't know. I see people on Instagram that are taking like 1 million vitamins and then have a bunch of different drink concoctions, and it can be overwhelming. And I totally get her point of like where to start. I think Armra is incredible. And then finding a good greens with a pre and probiotic. And I feel like that is a great place to start. See how you feel with that. And if it is a quality pre and probiotic and Armra, like you'll feel the difference. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Also staying consistent with it. Like you can't take it once and be like, oh, I don't like feel a difference. I'm never taking it again. Like be consistent. And I totally agree, Rose. You don't need 1,000,001 vitamins and supplements, and like, you just need to simplify it and like find what works best for you and your body and stay consistent.
Yeah. Boom.
Yay. Okay. Hopefully that was helpful to you. Second submission. It's kind of funny. Such a specific question. Rose, I always see you reshare your workout videos from your gym on your stories. Can you please tell me the brand of the oversized t-shirts you wear? I want to know too.
Wait, it's so funny because, okay, I will link it. It's literally just a Hanes pack from Amazon. And there's like different ones in there that I wear, but normally I wear just like Hanes t-shirts. And it's so funny because even from college to now, like people literally will refer to me as the big t-shirt girl. Isn't that funny?
I love it.
Yeah, like someone swiped up and was like t-shirt Rose or like big baggy t-shirt. Like and it's so funny because I told Ryan, I was like, I actually really want to like get some cute workout clothes and like maybe wear some like tight, like the leggings to here, but then the shirts to here. Like I can't do the opening because I don't like showing. I don't know. I feel like I think about this instead of the workout if I'm exposed. So I don't know. I'm very into the baggy tees. So I'll definitely link it on a separate story for a separate from what's in our cart, or should I put it on what's in our cart?
Whatever is easier for you. We're all going to click the link. So
it's funny because people ask me that a lot. They're like, I'm looking to like not wear a sports bra to my workout. Like, what's this shirt? So yeah, simple Amazon per use.
You should start your own brand.
Of
we would
t-shirts?
buy it. Yeah, the Rose t-shirt.
Maybe just when we create merch, we can create a big tee that people can wear to their workouts.
Wait, let's do that.
Okay. All right. That'll be fun.
Okay. Perfect. Gotta get to 10K first.
I know. I said 10K. Where you at?
Where you at? Okay. Hi, girls. Love the pod. It makes my Wednesday morning walks fly by. This one is for Riley. I previously have been using Dove deodorant. I know, not the best, but at least it was unscented and aluminum free. That's okay, girl. But I was out, and so I took your recommendation and bought the Curie deodorant. I've been using for a week now and noticed that I'm starting to really smell not so great, to say the least. Did you experience a few week period of detoxing or being smelly? Did it go away? How long did it take? Or is that what I should expect now as my new norm for using a cleaner deodorant? Okay, so one, I'm so proud of you for taking the jump to clean deodorant. Like, it's not easy. And yes, I would say I was like not smelling so great, and I definitely needed to detox for a good while. Like,
yeah,
the first week or so, and then it like gradually got better, and now it's like fine. So I think that you should continue to use it, just like kind of get through that rough patch of like really not smelling great. And once you're completely detoxed, I think that a clean deodorant, like, it's going to work for you.
Yeah. You really, especially because, Ryan, weren't you using some cleaner ones? Like you were in a trial for a little bit before Curie.
I used a lot of different brands before landing on Curie, and I like didn't love the Primally Pure one because that was the first one I tried, and I was like, oh my gosh, I still smell so bad. But I had some left, and I ran out of my Curie, and so I used it the one day, and I like actually liked it. So I think the reason I didn't love was just because I was in that like detox period.
No, for sure, and it does take a while. Like, but my thought process and my advice for this girl is like, the second you even go back to an unclean deodorant, like you're going to have to start that detox over again. So stay strong. And I know like just reapply more often during that detox phase. And you'll totally see the difference, but I feel like it takes a while.
It does take a while, and like it gets like a little better, but it's still, like you said, like you have to reapply a lot. And even now I do reapply just because I do. I'm a slutty girl, I guess. But I don't like how natural deodorant like melts a little bit. Do you get that?
Yeah. Yeah, like it drips a little.
Yeah, that's like the one thing that like I guess they all do. But I'm going to West Palm Beach for that bachelorette. My deodorant's going to be working overtime.
Yes,
so hot there.
No, it's so hot. But like I will say, I can be a test though. Like if it's working for me, Primally Pure is working for me in the dead heat of summer in Florida.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely do feel that because like if I put on deodorant and then go outside and walk, like it didn't sit long enough before this, like I'm sweating. So I feel like it drips a little there. But other than that, I don't notice the drip.
Okay, good. I just feel like sometimes when I'm like hot and sweaty, it can just get like a little melty.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But to this girl, it is totally normal. And I think you'll really like Curie once you're through this detoxing process. So just stick with it. Give us an update. And yeah, I'm like, it's crazy how much I've switched in my life to get to like natural products. And you talking about your natural makeup, I'm like, that's got to be my next thing.
just like slowly. I mean, heck, I just bought Doubleware, Estee Doubleware, because it's like pick your poison, you know, like, but even just having some in the batch of clean.
Yeah.
So maybe just sprinkle in, try some out. You'll feel better.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Well, I'll keep you updated on that front, but
I'm really proud of your journey though. You've done, so I feel like you started in 2024. Like what a great year for you. You really like made a good switch. You've done some good chunks of your switches.
No, I really have. And like, it's actually crazy. I was out shopping yesterday and I went past Bath and Body Works, and like normally I would never walk past without going in. I haven't spent money on a Bath and Body Works candle in, I can't tell you the last time I bought one. And it's like, I used to have them stocked everywhere. It's just crazy when you really start to think about it. Like, why are we having these toxic scents in our house?
I know. And like, did the smell just like absolutely, like it always obviously hits people, but it almost like is so much that it gives me like an instant headache. Did you like get those like signals from your body?
I didn't get an instant headache just because I like walked past the store. I wasn't in it, but yeah, I'm like, I don't like smelling like really chemically stuff anymore. And usually like I would love to like sniff all the candles in the store.
Wait, yes. And really quickly, did you know Dossier it has diffusers and candles now?
No. Is Dossier clean?
I think so. Like semi. I don't think, I mean, it's fragrance, but I mean, like they don't have many ingredients in their products.
Okay, good.
I think. Wait, that's actually a good point. I don't know. I was thinking clean because it's like a dupe for the big names, but I don't know if it's clean.
Did you get a diffuser?
No, but I use their perfume.
Yeah. I feel like no perfume is like 100% clean unless it's like peppermint leaves.
Right. And same with like diffusers and candles. Like you just have to kind of get a cleaner one, but any fragrance is fragrance, you know?
Right.
Okay. We can decide if it's at least like a semi good one.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think that concludes our happy hour. That was so much fun. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a review. I love reading your reviews, by the way. I was doing it the other day. It was so fun. And yeah, give us the follow, share with your friends, all the things.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to leave us with a toast and cheers to reminding yourself that you are not behind. You're not behind. You're not behind. And we love you and hope this helps you and supports you in your journey. And of course, we will see you same time, same place next week. We love you guys.
Love you. Bye.